Assalamualaikum everyone, hopes you all are going great and welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my video, welcome back to my lecture. And once again I'm back with you guys with another lecture after a long time again. So I was just busy, so that's why I was not able to upload any video. So let's start our today's class without wasting any of your time. But before that, if you have not liked, subscribe my channel, please do that so, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification by each and every video. As well as if you have any question or English or math science, you can comment on any of my video. I'll go through that. I'll make you go through that as soon as it be possible. So today we're going to be doing narration, like something related to functional grammar. It's going to be narration, direct, indirect speech, and declarative sentences. So let's start it. So from getting into it, let me tell you that it is a very, a mixture topic. Like it has different concepts and you have to take everything together for making learning it. But I'll make you get clear with one thing and then we're going to be moving on to other things. So first of all, they are not like simple sentences. Like you can say that simple sentences, you can just write, say that he said, and like you can say he says that I'm working on new project these days, or he said that he was working on it. But here you need to be taking some concepts with you, some new words with you, some new works to go with you. So if you look here, he said I'm working on a new project these days. It is a direct speech. He said that he was working on a new project those days. Now here there are two different things. Now here in the first one, direct speech, something is directly being said, and the second one you can see he said that he was working on a new project those days, not something that's very indirectly said. So there are two different speeches, which are, one is direct speech and the other one is indirect speech. Now here there are certain rules that we follow as well, but let me tell you about. Okay, so now here we are having two clauses. One is the reporting clause and one is the reported clause. Now here, before the comma part is always the reporting clause. Now it is someone who is saying that. Now he is the reporting clause. He is saying that. So he said is the reporting clause. I am doing a new project these days is the reported clause. This is what he said. This is what is reported to us. Okay, and this comma is always gonna be taking the shape of that. This is gonna always change into that. Now here this comma is removed, and now instead of having this comma, not this comma, this exclamation marks and this comma present here, we are using that. Okay, and that is always gonna be staying there. Okay, and secondly, he said this part is reporting clause, and I'm working on your product this is reporting clause. And if you see the second one, he said, again this is the this is the reporting clause, and that he was working on your project these days. Now this is the reported clause. Okay, so this is the thing you should know, that what is a reporting clause and what is a reported clause. Once again I'm repeating that reporting clause is he said, because this is something the person who is reporting it. Okay, I am working on a new project this day, this is what is told to us, that means what is reported to us. So this is the reported clause. Now here we discussed about two clauses, reporting clauses and reported clauses. As well as I told you about that, this commas and this commas and this exclamation, like this commas and this, these are going to be changing into that is always going to remain the same no matter what the case is. That is going to be doing there. Okay, then one more thing that used to be followed by changing direct speech into indirect speech. Now when you want to form the direct speech into indirect speech, what you need to do is remove inverted commas and add that to connect reporting and reported clause. So for joining the reporting clause with the reported clause, what we are going to do first is we are going to remove the commas, because if you're going to make the commas stay inside it, they are going to be two different things. So for that purpose, when we are going to be removing commas, commas, and instead of removing commas, definitely we need to add something. So instead of them, we're going to be adding that. And we have to observe three changes. So change the pronouns. No matter what the situation is, with that we're also going to be changing pronouns. Now he said I am working. Now that was what he was saying, to the person himself. Now here this is being said by someone else about him. So here definitely the pronoun is going to be changing. He said that he was working, not he said I was working, because that's definitely the person talking about it. So that's why you need to be changing I into he. Otherwise it's gonna be summing up and making all the things very complicated. Okay, then you need to change the adverb and demonstratives if reporting clause is in past tense. This is one point I'm going to be making you learn right now. before discussing these last 2 points, uh, that that and the pronouns, they are going to change no matter what. But there's one more thing that you need to know. Now here you can see this said, this is highlighted and this is written in bold. Why is it written in bold? Why it's written in bold? Because it is like, it's past tense. Now everyone knows that said is a past tense. So if I say says to, or says, tells me, so this, in this cases, when the verb in the reporting clause is past tense, the demonstratives, adverbs, tenses, backship changes, all are gonna take place. But once if it is in future tense, or it is in it's in future tense, or if it is in present tense, then we are not going to be changing the rest of the sentence. It's going to remain the same. The only change that's going to occur is of that. We are going to remove the inverted commas and add that, and then we are going to be changing the pronouns. That's it. We are not going to be doing anything. We're not going to be doing any tense change, any demonstrative change, any backship changes, any adverb change. No, we're not going to be doing that. So got it? So once if it is once if it is in past tense, then we can change it. Now here it's said, so definitely we can change it, but here would be says to me or says, so then we were not able to change it. Got it? Now here, change the adverb and demonstrative if reporting clauses in past. Change it to tenses, backship changes if reporting clause in past. So these two things you can only do is when the reporting clause is in past tense. Hope so you get it. Fine. Now change to pronouns. Now what type of changes you can take to pronouns? So change in pronouns occurs according to the formula son. What is formula son? Now direct speech and reporting clause. So first person pronouns, a subject of the reporting clause. Now son is subject object and no change. Okay, so direct speech reporting clause. Okay, first person pronoun, subject of the reporting clause. So first person pronoun is always a subject of the reporting clause. That means here you see he, so this is the first person or subject. It's a first person pronoun. Got it? It's the first person pronoun. Got it? And then second person pronoun, object of the reporting clause. Now the object that's present in the reporting clause is the second person pronoun, but we are not having any second person pronoun. Third person pronoun, no changes, remains the same. So if we have the third person pronoun, then there are going to be no changes. It's going to remain the same. Got it? First person pronoun, subject of the reporting clause. Second person pronoun, object of the reporting clause. Third person pronoun, no change, remains the same. Okay, change to adverbs and demonstratives. Now what do I mean by demonstratives? Like direct speech into direct speech. Now there are going to be certain changes. Now this is going to be changing into that. Here is going to be changing into there. Now it's going to be changing to then, today, into that day, tomorrow, into the following day, the next day, yesterday, to the day before. I'll go into before, last night into the night before, last week into the week before or the previous week, this year into that year. So this is the changes that these are the changes that you're going to take in the direct speech and in the while converting the direct speech into indirect speech. Got it? Then something that's very important, which is a tense change or backshift. So changes in tense or backshifts. Now this is one of the most important thing that you need to be knowing. If the verb of the reporting verb is in past simple, then the following changes to the tenses revolves. Now these changes from here, let me show it to you guys. From here till here, these changes are only gonna be occurring if the reporting clause is in past tense. That verb of reporting clause is in past tense. Once if it is said, otherwise no. So what are the changes we're going to be taking if the reporting clause is in past tense? That means said. Present simple is going to change into past simple. Now you know present simple is also known as present indefinite, and past simple is also known as past indefinite. So present indefinite into past indefinite. Now as you know, present definite formula is v1 do does plus v, and it's going to be changing into v2 did and plus v1. Okay, and then present continuous, that present continuous is going to change into present past continuous, which you can also say as present progressive is going to be changing into past progressive. That means is mr plus v4 ing verb, which is present continuous formula, is going to be changing into was verb plus v4 ing verb, which is the past continuous formula. Perfect, present perfect into past perfect. Now present perfect into past perfect. Now this means the present perfect formula is has, have plus v3, and past perfect is had plus v3. Now they're gonna both gonna be changing. Present perfect continues into past perfect continuous. Now present perfect continuous formula is has been or have been plus v4 ing verb. It's gonna be changing into past perfect continuous, which is had been plus v4 ing verb. Then past simple is gonna be changing into past perfect did plus v1 is gonna be changing into had plus v3. Past continuous into past perfect continuous was verb plus v4 ing verb is going to be changing into had been plus v4 ing verb. Then future simple is going to be remaining future simple. Now what are going to be changes that are going to take place? That will, shall plus v1 is going to be changing into would plus v1, and can is going to be changing into could, and may is going to be changing into might. Got it? Now these there are 7 changes that are taking place here. So what you need to do is you need to pay a serious attention. Now it is a very important, it's a must for one to know this on their fingertips. Once if they know it on their fingertips, definitely it's a huge appreciation for them, because they can easily do it now. Otherwise it's quite difficult for them for understanding it, for solving it, for doing it, and all that stuff. So you need to be very clear with the tenses, like it's all written inside of you in what you're going to be changing. And because I'm not going to be going deep down, I just tell you about the structure of the tenses and the tenses, but you can see here and you can just memorize it, because once if you memorize in your fingertips, then you're going to be able to do that. Okay, so in reporting clauses, says remains says, whereas says to changes into tells. Similarly, said remains said, whereas said to changes into told. Got it? Now these are again the changes in the reporting clauses. Okay, if in the reporting clause in the verb you're having says, that's gonna remain says, but if it is says to, it's gonna remain into tells. And similarly, if it's said to, it's gonna be remaining said, but where if it is said to, it's gonna be converting it to told. So the tense and the adverb of demonstrative in important clause do not change. First case I gave you was when we were having the reporting clause as present or future, but now here there are more cases. There are 2 more cases. Now this one we have discussed, that there is a present, if there is a present future tense in the reporting clause, like she says to me. Now here it says, which is future present. So now I did not complete my assignment, so it's gonna be like she tells me. Says is gonna be changing into tells me that she definitely, as I said, that is gonna be coming, and the pronoun is gonna be changing. She did not complete her assignment. Now my into her. Now only the change in pronoun would be observed. Got it? And the second case was when there is a universal fact, truth, or general definition, or when there is something that is very true, or something that's a universal fact that everyone knows, or something that's a definition, general definition. Then also nothing is going to be changing. Like my teacher said, the earth revolves around the sun. Now my teacher said, extra inverted commas into that, the earth revolves around the sun. Rest of the situation is same, just the pronoun there was no pronoun change in this as well, but that's the inverted commas change. Okay, so now you should know about this as well. Now here we're having an exercise. He said to me, I will complete this story tonight. So it's gonna be changing into he told me that he told me that I will complete this story tonight. So this is a sentence. This sentence, I will complete the story tonight, is in present perfect, future perfect. So it's gonna be that he would complete his story tonight. Okay. You are not working on your speaking skills, his teacher said to him. So his teacher told him that he was not working on his speaking skills. Okay. He says to the instructor, I had never tried skydiving in my life. So he tells the instructor that has never he had never been no wait I had never tried skydiving in my life. So it is past perfect, so it's gonna be into, as according to the rule, past perfect into, wait, he tells the instructor that he has never tried skydiving in my life. They did not plan any trip yesterday, he said to his friends. He told his friend that they had not planned any trip the day before yesterday or the day before. She will say to me, I will prepare my breakfast myself. She will tell me that she will prepare her breakfast herself. Now, here, this is the short version. Okay. So, I hope so that you enjoyed today's class. See you in another class. Bye bye. Take care. Allah Hafiz, everyone.